early and late adopters, and ultimately we will all rise and fall together, whether Bitcoin does or not. But you know, the laughter continues, right? And that's okay, because we're in good company here. Bitcoin is a good company. This is exactly how we'd expect this to play out. It's incredibly predictable. For Gandhi, for people before Gandhi, today, for Bitcoin. You guys have probably heard of that crazy invention called the automobile. Sorry. Oh, my mic's going out. You guys have probably all... okay. So you guys have all probably heard of that crazy invention called the automobile. Well, they weren't always also reliable. They were very finicky. They didn't have a lot of range. They're not user-friendly, sound familiar? But we all assume... Let's look at this quote here. Sure. Let's see what George Peck had to say in 1903. He's the president of a savings bank, so he must be a smart guy. So we should value his opinion. He's in charge of a bank, after all. The horse is here to stay, but the automobile is a novelty, a fad. Wow, I've heard that before, not once, but many, many times. And I'm pretty glad I'm not being quoted as George Peck back in 1903 talking about the automobile. Get a horse was a constant, derogatory slogan against people who were adopting cars. We even have some nice propaganda to go on, some anti-horse propaganda. Yeah. You know, get a horse. Why don't you get a horse? Why don't you get a horse? Stop being so crazy, right? Okay. All right, and then we've all, probably a lot of people in this room have sort of seen that epic failed prediction about e-commerce and the internet. Clifford Stoll, in his book Silicon Alley Snake Oil, referred to e-commerce as baloney. In the Newsweek article in 1995, he made a similar statement towards e-commerce and the prospect of people buying online. We've all seen this movie before. Nope, I'm not talking about the social network. What we're talking about is Amazon.com. And ironically, also Newsweek is not here anymore. So the prediction's wrong. Newsweek is no longer here. Amazon is here. And off we go to the races. So laugh all you want, but Bitcoin's real. And so, this brings us to. Okay, there we go. This brings us to ignore, laugh, and fight. So will they fight or work with us? So the good news is it looks like all the parties are cooperating. FinCEN acknowledges virtual currencies. They've given guidance. It's a big step in regulation world for Bitcoin. Payment processors, remittance services, eBay, PayPal, Western Union, MoneyGram, they've acknowledged that it's disruptive, that it's here to stay, and they want to work with it. That shows you how powerful it is.
Yep, and I think that, I don't know, I don't want to speak for everybody in this room, but I don't think anybody wants to fight. I think everybody here wants to, build Bitcoin and work with regulators and work with the players and build a better world. And so I think that, cooperation and working together is really the way forward. And that sort of takes us to that last point of our talk is really how, will we win? I think everybody in this room would be pretty confident in saying that Bitcoin's a winner. We bet on the horse, not the donkey here. But really the question is, how are we going to do that? And I think those answers we're all here trying to answer this weekend and figure this out. And I think we decided to put together a couple of points that we felt really we wanted to sort of emphasize and hammer home that I think are so important for this ecosystem to go from sort of where it is today into a mature ecosystem built around Bitcoin. And I think the simple points really are safe, compliant, and user-friendly. I'd like to be able to tell my mom, hey, this is how you go get Bitcoin. If you tell someone PayPal, they know exactly what you're talking about. They know exactly where to go, what it does, and it doesn't require a manual. It's not difficult.
And the irony here is it's easier to explain the value proposition of Bitcoin and get people excited. It's actually harder to tell them how to go buy it easily. It's backwards right now. So we need to fix the entrepreneur problem. Bitcoin's been ready for 4 years. It's time for us to let it thrive.
And then one sort of fact that I came across in the last month or two was that it's sort of a fact we all want to really change, make not the case, but 45% of Bitcoin exchanges fail and take money with it. And so it's amazing. I mean, in one way, that people are sort of willing to experiment and try these different products. At the same time, we really need to create products that are doing, have better hit rates than that, where 50% of those given companies in a given industry or vertical are basically collapsing or going away with the funds. So I think that can all change, but it's something that we really need to work on. And then,
so we have to foster positive use case scenarios for Bitcoin. We have to let this incredible technology actualize all of the fantastic possibilities. So this concept of sending and receiving money for free. Voice over IP killed the cost of long distance phone call. Bitcoin can do the same for the 400 billion, that's right, $400 billion remittance industry in the world today. So we got voice over IP, Skype did it, we got Bitcoin. Who's going to do it? That's the question mark. Who's going to rise to the occasion? We need to disintermediate the few financial middlemen and keep money in the many who earned it. Sorry, the pockets of the many who earned it. That makes the world a better place. None of these 5%, none of the 10%, none of the 3%, even 2% transaction fees. The old rails are gone, the new rails are here, and that's Bitcoin.
So I think another potential really incredible opportunity for Bitcoin is to help bank the world. And really simply with a Bitcoin address, people can receive and send money. And that's all around the world, anywhere in the world, as long as you can basically connect to the internet, which I think is an amazing thing. And right now in our country alone, we have 60 million people who are unbanked. And we're in a first world country. We're very fortunate to be here, but there's plenty of places and countries in the world where people simply can't get banked. And so I think that is a huge potential opportunity for Bitcoin. And we really are looking forward to entrepreneurs and people to potentially fix that problem with Bitcoin.
Another really important aspect we think is emergency relief and charitable giving. Bitcoin never sleeps. It knows no borders. We need to make it easy to get money to those in need 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year around the world. Whether it's a tsunami, a loved one who has an accident on vacation, during the weekend, in the night, in God knows where, you can get help there to them, whether it's being robbed or stranded. Bitcoin is a tremendous force that can make the world a better place. It's up to us to make sure that happens.
So, quick question, who's who? Anybody? Okay, whoever said that, you get a Bitcoin. All right, thank you guys.
All right, let's hear Cameron Tyler, please come back and take a bow. Let's hear it one more time for Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss. All right, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. We'll see you later this weekend. All right, folks, now who is going to go to the Star Trek movie tonight? Yes, it's at 10 o'clock. We're having a bunch of people going over. I saw it on Monday. It's absolutely amazing. I'm a total Star Trek nut, and it was absolutely fantastic. It's got a very libertarian theme to it. No, I'm just pandering. I'm sorry. No, it is really fantastic. And so I think that we're basically done for the evening. And so enjoy the weekend, enjoy the parties. I'm Dan Nyman, clean comedian, and come see me at comediandan.com. I am my